everybody, it's Melanie. As you can see out the window, we've got a very rainy day. We've got some thunder and some lightning. Do I sound excited? Yes, because I love thunderstorms. As long as I'm not driving in them or outside in them, then they're not so much fun. But this is perfect weather for some creepy, spooky stories. So I'm gonna tell you two things that happened in the old haunted house that I used to live in. So as you guys might remember from some of the earlier things that I told you that happened, my sister and I shared a bedroom. She slept in a canopy bed and I slept in a small day bed that had a hide-a-bed underneath, or a trundle bed, and it was on wheels, so it would just roll out and pop up, and then there was a bar to lock it in place so it didn't fall when you sat or laid on it. That's going to be important for one of these stories. So both of these stories involve my sister and me and my cousin Melissa. So the first thing that happened was with a Ouija board. Sorry, Mom. I didn't touch it. It wasn't my fault, I promise. As you might be able to tell, my mother has a thing against Ouija boards. She apparently had some bad experience with her sisters when they were younger. I don't know the exact story. I bet I can get my aunt to tell me that. Maybe we'll do a video about that. Oh, can you hear the thunder? I really hope you can. Anyway, so my sister somehow got her hands on a Ouija board and brought it home, got it past my mother, got it into our bedroom and hid it. And so that night, my cousin and my sister waited until everybody was asleep in bed except for the three of us. We were still awake, and she brought it out. And I said, I'm not touching that thing. I'm not gonna do it. If Mom comes in here, we are toast. I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's not necessarily that I was scared of the Ouija board, I was scared of my mother. So I knew she would not want that thing in her house, and I knew we'd be in big trouble if she found out. So Amanda, if I'm getting you in trouble, sorry. Anyway, they started playing with the Ouija board and asking it the usual questions. Is there someone here with us? Can you tell us your name? And of course the planchette started moving, mostly to yes or no. And then they asked it this question: is there anyone here that you don't like? And it started to spell out C-H-R-I, and they both went like this. Hands off the planchette, hands off the board. And they did it at the exact same time. Now you're kind of wondering why would they immediately remove hands from this spelling of this name? Well, here's the part that gave me quite a scare, is when it started to spell that out. My nickname with my family is Christy, or Chris, and it's spelled C-H-R-I-S or C-H-R-I-S-T-Y. So it looked like the Ouija board was starting to spell out my name. Now this could have been a prank. They could have been trying to scare me because I didn't want to play with it, but from their reaction, that's not what it looked like. Like, they both looked terrified. In fact, that's not the word. Right after that happened, they put the board away, hid it back in the closet, and I never saw it again. I never saw them touch it again. We all just went to bed and went to sleep. Nothing else happened the rest of the night, thank goodness. But yeah, that's pretty scary when you ask a Ouija board, is there someone here you don't like? And then it starts spelling out your name, and you're just like, no, not having that. So that was an experience, a very creepy, spooky experience. The second one also involved my cousin Melissa and my sister and myself. My mom and dad had already gone to bed. Being, you know, young girls, we stood up talking, and we had finally decided to go to sleep. And I was in my day bed, my sister was in her canopy bed, and my cousin was in the trundle bed, the hide-a-bed. We know that it was late. I don't know the exact time, but it was late enough that we decided to stop talking and go to sleep. As soon as everyone had really kind of started to drift off, I heard this loud like bam, and I'm like, what was that? And I turned over to look at my cousin, and somehow the bar that locked the bed in place unlocked, and the bed just fell with her in it. Now we know the bar was locked because it didn't take a lot of weight to push the bed down, and she had actually been sitting and lying on the bed most of the night already, and it hadn't fallen. So who or what unlocked that bar and caused it to fall? Don't know. This is the same house where I told you about the woman walking through our bedroom. The same house where my mother saw the man with the gun. I had had other experiences. I had felt someone sit on my bed before when I knew everyone was asleep. So this is a place where we knew things happened. Just, you know, one creepy experience after another. Hearing sounds, hearing people move around in the middle of the night when no one was awake. Just creepy things. So I think that's all of the really big creepy stories for that house. The next time I'll probably tell you, I've got one story about the new house that we moved into after that house. And then I have one story about something that happened to me in a college dorm room that was also extremely creepy. So I'm not sure which one of those I'll tell you next, because they were both happened around the time that I was in college. So, do you have any spooky stories? Have you ever used a Ouija board? Did you get any really creepy answers out of it? If so, and you'd like to tell your story or like me to read your story, please send it to me at ShiveringShimmy@gmail.com. I'll make sure to write that out in the description below so that you know how to spell it. You can also find me on Facebook, facebook.com/ShiveringShimmy. I'm also Shivering Shimmy on Twitter and Instagram, so you can find me there as well. Please remember, if you like spooky stories, if you like these videos, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button if you like the story. Also, if you'd like to get notifications, you now have to push the little bell button to get notified of when more videos come out. So that would really help. Getting your stories would also really help. Just remember, in the subject line, write ghost story or paranormal, and I will do my best to get your stories out there. You can submit it anonymously. Just tell me in the email, hey, I would like to remain anonymous, or you can give me your name. That's up to you. So I will hopefully see you next time, and I'm gonna go cuddle up with a good scary book or a good scary movie and enjoy this weather. Bye. Stay spooky, everybody.